What is going on, everyone? This is Kiodiekin and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I wanted to showcase my finalized master Xbox 360 Halo 4 edition. You guys know I spent a lot of time downloading my content and whatnot, but this is the final time I'll probably be doing this. This is my final version. In fact, I have a 500 gigabyte hard drive in this. This is the first time I've installed a hard drive of that size in an Xbox 360. And what I mean by that is this is my master version, so it has a total of about 300 gigabytes fully loaded, complete with my entire gaming history. And this is my finalized version. The other versions I've had before have been about 250 gigabytes. So let's get into it and take a look. All right, so as you guys know, I've sold a few of my Xbox 360s. I do this every 6 months or so, usually maybe 2 or 3 times a year. That's how often you can do a license transfer to an Xbox 360. And of course, some of the well sought out games that people typically look for would be Marvel vs. Capcom 2, X-Men, and Simpsons. And the reason why it's very hard for me to pick a front end for gaming, retro gaming, and so forth is because I still believe that the Xbox 360 library, arcade library, is one of the best, if not the best around, simply because all of these games have been either remastered, upscaled to high definition with online capability, and then of course you have DLC and achievements that you can also attain with this as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at my settings really quickly. We'll look at the system and the storage size. This is a 500 gigabyte hard drive, so I have 144 gigabytes left. Have 262 megabytes worth of themes, and again, typically I sell these anywhere between $650 to $700. So if you guys want this particular unit, I would sell it to you for about a good $700 or so, and I do believe that is a fair price, considering most of these games are delisted. And then of course I have a lot of the downloadable content, exclusive stuff. For example, if you have Gears of War 3, you also have that Golden Hammerburst and Golden Lancer, which you could have only gotten with the pre-order. So you typically won't see a lot of this additional content directly from the dashboard, so that's why I'm scrolling through it here. I also have all the map packs for Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3. We have the flashback, dark corners, combustible maps, snowblind maps as well. Gears of War 3. We have everything downloaded here, including some of the season passes. And if you guys are familiar with Need for Speed, they also had some of that online edition stuff that you got for free. It came included with the game if you wanted to play online too, so I also have that included as well. So I'm just going to scroll through really quickly, show you guys a lot of the stuff that I do have. I also have the playable map pack, character pack, which is another rare commodity for Marvel Ultimate Alliance. We also have Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 with Juggernaut, playable character. Again, you can't get any of this stuff anymore if you were a fan of a lot of these games. But I'm going to go through these really quickly so you guys can see what exactly is on here. And when I've sold these, I've never actually scrolled through the entire hard drive itself with all the stuff. And then of course we also have regular games that you could have purchased with Xbox 360, but everything that I've purchased is fully unlocked, and the licenses have been transferred. So if you use you can play offline if you use another gamer profile, obviously not mine. If you download it on here, it's fully unlocked and you can use it as well. Now additionally, I did go ahead just recently and install or bought several more games. I bought Dragon's Lair, Virtual Fighter 2, and let's see, there were some other games I purchased. Let me see here. Let's go to account, and let's go to download history. All right, so I bought Metal Slug, Dragon's Lair. Dragon's Lair you can play with the Xbox Kinect or a controller, Virtual Fighter 2, and also Mortal Kombat Arcade. I decided to go ahead and get these just in case they ever get delisted. All these are upscaled to high definition. The emulation is great, doesn't run like any of that stuff that Arcade 1-Up releases. I know that there were some sound issues with Dragon's Lair and so forth, but it's all pretty cool pretty cool unit. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the games that we do have here. We got World of Keflings, Assassin's Creed Revelations, and all these games here that you see blacked out, those are delisted games. So the game is there, it's fully unlocked and it's playable, but because you can't get it anymore, they typically remove the artwork. But this is something I definitely wanted to showcase for here on the channel. I'm really proud of my library collection because I know since the retro gaming fad has really been taken off and a lot of people have been getting involved with coin ops and retropie and a lot of other retro gaming stuff, they typically forgot about the extensive list of upscaled high definition games that the Xbox 360 has to offer. And so unfortunately a lot of the games were delisted, like Simpsons, X-Men, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and then you have companies like Arcade 1-Up, Ad Games, and so forth. They're trying to release a lot of these and they can't redo it, they can't remaster it, they can't give it to you in the same fashion. For example, it's my understanding that the Xmen Arcade 1-Up version, that's only 4 players. You can't even do 6. And so with this, you can do up to 4 players. You can do 6. You can also play the American version or the Japanese version. I prefer the Japanese version, but you just can't get them anymore. And so a lot of people missed out, didn't get Marvel vs. Capcom 2. They didn't get Simpsons and a lot of these other games. And then, of course, trying to get the emulation down pat. Like, I know there's a lot of licensing issues with some of these games. The only game that I wish that I would have purchased at the time to really just complete my collection would have been Marvel vs. Capcom. Now, the reason why a lot of people typically don't play Marvel vs. Capcom on Xbox 360 is really not talked about, is because during that time you had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and a lot of people really played it a lot. And back during the late 2000s, you still have Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in the arcades a lot, but it was faded out. Nobody played Marvel vs. Capcom. I mean, it was one of those alienated games where it was really no sense to play it. But I know now a lot of people play that game with Fightcade, and they really like it. I guess just for kicks and giggles or just for competitive purposes, but it wasn't purchased. I mean, I had it in front of me where I could have purchased it at that time, but nobody really paid attention to it. I mean, everybody was still playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So I have all these other games on here through Xbox Live Arcade. You got your basic Street Fighter and stuff, that's a given. Tekken Tag, Expendables. And then, of course, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That was another rare hot commodity game. Didn't bother to get that one. I don't really too much miss that opportunity, but I'm glad I did get Ninja Turtles and some of these other games that are on here. Turtles in Time. Unfortunately, Turtles in Time is an exact replica of Turtles in Time 4. It's a remastered version where they added their own couple things, and so yeah. So this is pretty much my library. I do believe a lot of these titles here are sought after. I do have people asking me constantly, "Hey, Keo, when are you selling another Xbox?" So if you guys want this one, I would let it go for about a good 700, maybe 750. And please, if you guys are interested, don't haggle me on my price. I definitely believe this is fair. But this is the first time that I've actually downloaded every possible thing I possibly could for my Xbox. In fact, I downloaded all the stuff for the avatars. Usually when I'm doing this, I usually just download the regular Xbox Live Arcade games. Usually maybe 250, maybe 300 gigabyte hard drive. I don't install all these other extras, and most of these were free, but they would give you games. So I mean, you're getting them for free anyway if you get this, from me. But I don't think Xbox Live offers games anymore, or Xbox 360 offers games for free anymore. Like Dead Island, that was free. I got that here. Dead Space, Dead Light, Defiance, that was for free. So they don't pretty much do this anymore. But I love a lot of these games. I kept my collection tight. I wish I would have downloaded a few others. I wish I didn't spend too much time downloading some of those trials back in the day. But I would have to say this was the hardest time I've had to spend re-downloading my download history after doing a transfer. My account wouldn't connect to Xbox Live for several days, so this took me about 2.5 weeks to do. And so I know some of you were waiting for summer reviews. You know, I had my Seagate 14 terabyte drive, had problems with that. So between this and that, which really took up my time for the past 2 weeks, that's why I've been delayed with a lot of videos and stuff, because when you're downloading your download history, you can only put 30 items in a queue and then wait for it to download. And so a lot of these games may take, you know, several hours, you know, due to the size to download. But, you know, 30 items in the queue and then having to go back, what, 15, no, not 15 years. Yeah, almost 15 years. Wow. Yeah, almost 20 years worth of history. Fortunately, a lot of this stuff isn't available, but having to download them one by one and then sit here and then wait for my Xbox to download and then add a few more to the queue, it's just very time consuming. But I kept getting disconnected from Xbox Live for whatever apparent reason, and customer service really couldn't help me out. They had me do 3 or 4 things, but hopefully now I stay connected. I had to keep renewing my Xbox Live membership. I had to clear out the cache several times. It is one of the ongoing issues if you guys look up the forums about getting disconnected from Xbox 360, but I believe ever since they introduced the Gamer Pass Ultimate, there have been issues with people disconnecting from Xbox 360, so I have a fix for it. I had to turn on auto renewal and then make sure I renewed my account up till July, even though it said it was on auto renewal, and even though I am current for May, and also, well, actually I was current for April and May, and then even June, but I don't know. It's a weird glitch that it has in customer service. They really don't know how to fix it, so that is the fix for it. But all in all, I'm happy with this. This will probably go into an arcade cabinet, you know, eventually, but I just wanted to have one centralized Xbox 360 where I could have all of my games on it and have it in the exact model that I wanted. I bought this unit on eBay a few weeks ago. It's the Halo 4 edition. It's pretty cool. I bought one for my nephew several years ago, and I've sold several of these in the past, but you know, I had rather sold those you know, while it came with it. And the other thing I found out too is if you use a refurbished or a off-brand non-Microsoft Xbox 360 hard drive, it doesn't have backwards compatibility, which kind of sucks. So I had to make sure I got an authentic drive and not something that was, let me see, I think there's a game on here I could probably start. But if you get a non-authentic drive, it's not backwards compatible, which stinks. So I think this one here is okay, yeah, so this is a Xbox game. But yeah, if you get a non-authentic drive, then it's impossible for backwards compatibility. And I wasn't aware of that. I just found that out while I was doing some research. So I did have a drive, decided to send that one back to Amazon and get an authentic one. And you know, we're all good to, you know, go here. But yeah, this is my finalized collection. I'm pretty much happy with it. If you guys are interested, message me on Facebook, Twitter, you know, whatever social media platforms I have. And let me know what you think. But yeah, this is the finalized version. It's gonna go up in my collection. I got about 7 or 8 of these now. Yeah, there we go. All right, let me back out of here since we already know what this looks like. Let's go here. Xbox Home. Exit. Yes. But let me know what you guys think. Are you guys into collecting Xbox 360s and downloading your entire gaming history? I know that there's a lot of individuals who are upset or disappointed that they didn't take advantage of getting a lot of these delisted games, because you know, it's a cool thing to have, but 116 games total. Wow, that's a lot. But it's really fun to have, you know, as far as being able to get these games. You will never, and I promise never, you know, unless there's a miracle pops up, you'll never see these games again. Upscale, high definition, you know, for the most part. You know, games like the Xmen, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Simpsons, some of the other ones, because, you know, a lot of these companies, you know, if you guys are familiar with Arcade1Up and, you know, some of these other companies, they can't get the emulation right. For whatever apparent reason, they can't get it right. You know, I mean, if you guys are bootlegging these games, yeah, you can, but you can't play them online, you know, unless you go this route. So for the most part, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This is KDK Kiodiekin. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out. Bye-bye.